It's over. Do you understand? In that profession, once you ascend to where Conor has ascended to, he's probably worth a couple $100 million. Now, to set that aside, you know what? I'm going to get it out the mud. I'm in the trenches, and I'm going to go train, and I'm going to get kicked in the mouth. I'm going to get elbowed, knock my teeth out. Do you understand how hard that is?
There's no check for $250 million. So he kind of went right down the list of joking. He's kidding. You're not supposed to believe any of that to be true.
Conor McGregor has issued a brutal warning to Logan Paul, claiming he will make a staggering $250 million from their potential fight. The Irishman disclosed in December that he was in the early stages of negotiations for a boxing exhibition match against Paul, set to take place in India. This revelation was further fueled last week when McGregor reacted to an article about a reported $500 million fight deal between the two at Mumbai's Wankhede Stadium. Along with his reaction, McGregor posted an Indian flag and a heart emoji, adding even more intrigue to the prospect of this mega fight, according to Fightbook. The event is set to be a part of India's ambitious Visit India tourism campaign, and the deal is expected to see both fighters walk away with an extraordinary $250 million each. This massive sum has the potential to be one of the largest fight purses in combat sports history. In his latest tweet, McGregor seemed to confirm his claim, stating $250 million. I'm coming. The tweet was accompanied by a picture of Logan Paul in WWE gear, alongside an Indian flag. McGregor's statement and social media activity have reignited speculation about the fight, as it would mark a dramatic shift for both men. McGregor has not fought in the UFC since fracturing his leg against Dustin Poirier in July 2021, an injury that has kept him out of mixed martial arts for the last few years. McGregor's fight with Paul is being seen as a way for him to re-enter the spotlight, but it's unlikely to take place in the octagon. Instead, McGregor appears to be moving towards boxing, and this potential exhibition match against Paul has captivated the attention of fans worldwide. While McGregor's claims of a $250 million payday are eye-popping, they come in the context of a larger ongoing conversation about the growing crossover of combat sports and social media personalities. Logan Paul, who originally rose to fame on YouTube, has made his way into the boxing ring in recent years, facing high-profile fighters such as Floyd Mayweather in 2021. Though the fight with Mayweather wasn't a competitive match in the traditional sense, it was an exhibition, it did garner significant attention. Paul has also been involved in several bouts against fellow YouTuber KSI, marking the beginning of what many now refer to as the YouTube boxing phenomenon. The exact terms of McGregor's alleged $250 million deal with Paul remain unclear, but McGregor has already set the stage for what could be one of the most high-profile and lucrative events in combat sports history. If McGregor's claims prove true, it would surpass the staggering $410 million prize that was split between him and Floyd Mayweather during their 2017 boxing showdown. In that match, McGregor earned an estimated $130 million, while Mayweather took home the lion's share of $280 million. That fight set a record for the largest purse ever offered for a fight, but McGregor's potential showdown with Paul could eclipse even those numbers, setting a new bar in the sport. Paul's boxing career has been far less eventful than his brother Jake Paul's, who gained attention with a string of high-profile fights, including a bout with boxing legend Mike Tyson in Texas. Jake's match with Tyson drew massive crowds and even more viewers, especially with a Netflix documentary highlighting the event. Logan, on the other hand, has faced challenges in his professional boxing journey. His match against Mayweather garnered significant attention, but there was no official winner, as it was only an exhibition. Logan has also faced KSI twice in the ring, which helped launch the YouTube boxing craze, but his one professional fight ended in a controversial split decision loss. His lack of a stellar boxing record has not deterred his rise, however, with the potential McGregor fight serving as a major milestone in his career. The discussions about McGregor versus Paul are still in their early stages, but both fighters have expressed interest in the bout, with a tentative timeline of April 2025. UFC officials are reportedly involved in the negotiations, which adds another layer of intrigue to the fight. McGregor's long-awaited return to the sport has been delayed several times, with his initial return scheduled for UFC 303 in June 2024 against Michael Chandler. However, McGregor withdrew from the fight after sustaining a toe injury during a sparring session, pushing back his much-anticipated comeback even further. McGregor's path back to the octagon has been further complicated by a legal ruling in Dublin in November. The Irish fighter was found liable for misconduct in a civil case involving a claim made by Nikita Hand, who secured $48.6 million in compensation from the former UFC champion. This legal setback further clouded McGregor's future in mixed martial arts and opened up the possibility of other lucrative opportunities outside of the UFC. Despite these hurdles, McGregor has remained active on social media, where he has hinted at the Paul fight becoming a reality. His recent posts on X, previously known as Twitter, have indicated that the fight is nearing finalization. Still, many fans remain skeptical about whether the UFC will allow McGregor to participate in a boxing match given his ongoing legal and injury issues. The UFC's role in the negotiations suggests that they are keen to see the fight happen, as it would generate significant global attention, likely bringing in massive pay-per-view numbers. According to sources within the combat sports industry, deep negotiations are already underway for the McGregor vs. Paul showdown, with both fighters eager to make the fight happen. While the exact details are still being worked out, everything appears to be progressing in the right direction, with the potential for the fight to take place in April 2025. As the talks continue, McGregor's promise of a $250 million payday has only made the anticipation surrounding the match grow. The fight is shaping up to be one of the most talked about events in combat sports history, as McGregor and Paul look to make their mark in what could be a new era for the sport. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has long been a dominant figure in the world of combat sports, not just for his skill in the ring, but also for his ability to generate massive earnings.
It is 80% likely to happen. Now, Ben, there's a couple things that interest me. April and the UFC.
Yeah, I think the big conversation here was that Dana White and the brass would have to be involved for this to occur, much like they were with the Floyd Mayweather fight, which is kind of funny because Dana has stated several times, I believe, that he would never do this again. This co-promotion, this boxing, endeavor just was not worth it to him. But it seems like, yeah, they might be locked and loaded to do it again. And April 2025. That's a lot sooner than I think most people would have guessed. But, again, the rights are up for the UFC. We don't know where they're going to be.
Earnings. His reported net worth surpasses $1 billion. And in 2017, he set a groundbreaking financial record. Mayweather earned approximately $275 million from his bout with Conor McGregor, which remains the highest amount earned by a combat sports athlete for a single fight. This achievement solidified his legacy, both as an undefeated boxer and a master of marketing and financial strategy. Fast forward to the present, and McGregor is reportedly poised to approach that impressive number in his upcoming fight with Logan Paul. According to a recent update from the MacLife on X, formerly Twitter, McGregor is projected to earn around $250 million from his clash with Paul. The fight, expected to take place in Mumbai's One Stadium, is part of a broader initiative to boost India's tourism and global profile. McGregor, known for his lavish lifestyle and showmanship, is set to pocket a significant sum, making this fight one of the most financially lucrative in combat sports history. Both McGregor and Paul are expected to be well compensated for their roles, with McGregor taking home an estimated $250 million. Despite the excitement surrounding this fight, the announcement has sparked a passionate and critical response from former UFC fighter and MMA analyst Chael Sonnen. In a recent video on his YouTube channel, Sonnen expressed his disbelief over the potential bout, dismissing the idea as illogical and baffling. He questioned why such a substantial sum would be invested in a boxing match between two individuals with no formal boxing credentials, especially when the purported goal was to promote tourism in India. Sonnen was particularly astounded by the idea of a family spending $500 million on an event with tourism as its focus. The size of the investment seemed disproportionate to the goal of tourism promotion, making the situation even more perplexing for the former fighter. Sonnen's skepticism about the fight deepened when he revealed that the Ambani family, which is reportedly behind the event, had contacted him directly. He claimed that the Ambanis reached out to him to correct the narrative surrounding the fight. According to Sonnen, they made it clear that the fight had nothing to do with tourism but was instead about enhancing their family's global standing and recognition. This clarification made it clear that the Ambanis were not investing in the fight as a marketing tool for Indian tourism, but rather to promote their family's name on the international stage. The Ambani family, led by Mukesh Ambani, is a powerful force in the world of business and sports. Mukesh Ambani, the chairman of Reliance Industries, was ranked as the wealthiest sports owner in 2023 by Forbes, with a net worth of $83.4 billion. His vast sports portfolio includes ownership of the Mumbai Indians, a dominant team in the Indian Premier League IPL, Mumbai City FC in the Indian Super League, and even an esports team. This growing presence in various sports aligns with the Ambani family's strategy to expand their influence globally. Their involvement in this fight could be seen as part of a broader effort to solidify their international brand. Additionally, Nita Ambani, Mukesh's wife, has become a significant figure in the world of sports. She serves as a member of the International Olympic Committee and played a crucial role in establishing India House for the 2024 Paris Olympics. This further highlights the Ambani family's deepening ties to the sports world and their desire to enhance India's presence on the global stage. Despite the strategic nature of their involvement, Sonnen remains critical of the potential fight. He argues that pouring such a large sum into an event involving two non-boxers, with little to no sporting credibility, would be a foolish move. While he acknowledges that the fight could draw significant attention, Sonnen's skepticism centers on the long-term value of such an investment, especially when considering the lack of serious athletic competition. In conclusion, while the prospect of a McGregor versus Paul fight in Mumbai might draw significant financial interest, the motivations behind the event seem to be much more complex. The Ambani family's involvement points to a broader strategy to bolster their global influence rather than simply promote tourism. Nevertheless, as Sonnen points out, the logic of spending hundreds of millions on a spectacle that seems to lack genuine athletic merit remains questionable.
Logan Paul's fighting Conor McGregor, but we're getting scammed since originally this fight was supposed to be Jake Paul versus Conor McGregor. I don't know who got more scammed, the people that bought Crypto Zoo or Jake Paul. At least we know this fight will be a harder watch than Joe Biden going up the stairs. Regardless, I will still be watching this fight. Make sure to
The Conor McGregor versus Logan Paul boxing match has generated a fair amount of buzz, but as the discussions intensify, the likelihood of this bout actually happening remains uncertain. The fight, which initially sparked excitement among fans, especially in India, is now facing skepticism from various quarters, with many questioning its feasibility and legitimacy.